4. Organization. Wrapping up the victory.
Alright, valuable listeners, how are you doing? It is episode 2 of season 2, The Deuce. I'm coming to you straight from the recording studio. Here we are, it is the Discussion Quarter.
The Discussion Quarter.
I'm joined by Mr. Ryan Bard.
Good evening.
And, we are the proverbial hot dogs in your hallway, the fucking masters of disaster, the Discussion Quarter.
Indeed. I hope you guys are enjoying this Saturday evening, roughly around 9 o'clock, which it was decided that is when we come on. Today's topic is piracy and gimmick infringement. Listeners, we understand you at home have a lot of choices of things to listen to on YouTube. It's a big place. We don't have a sponsor. But we want to thank you guys for choosing this. And for God's sake, don't take any of our shit. That won't be tolerated here.
Yeah.
We'll come get you.
Okay.
We'll come get you.
I'll hunt you down. And I'll stab you.
He stopped it. You see what he did there? Some of you will, some of you won't. Anyways, what made me want to bring this up is it seems like a hot topic. People complain about joke stealing, song thievery, if you will.
Song thievery?
Or gimmick stealing.
That makes it sound pretty cool, man.
Song thievery.
It's like a business or something. I don't know.
Like you have that guy with a sack just running around the city stealing songs.
Yeah.
Like the not
like
the
an
CDs.
ancient job, like a minstrel or something. You know what I mean?
Is that what a minstrel is?
I'm not sure.
Like he doesn't steal the records. He steals the essences of the song in a sack that he has on his back, just walking down the hill.
Yes.
Indeed. Anyways, what brought this up? What made us want to do this topic? Do it. Is recently recording artist Kesha.
That's with the $, folks.
That's with the $. Without a $, it's just another girl from the Midwest. Not sure where she's from. Her dancers were dressed up like another recording artist from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and now. The Residents. They're not too happy about it. They're not suing because that would be dumb. What are your...
They couldn't afford to sue Kesha.
They probably couldn't. Well, I don't know. They probably saved up money. That's how they have to do it. They have to save.
I just think that this is just a whiny, bitchy excuse to get a little bit of their name in the press.
Yeah, maybe. But if it works, who's going to be laughing?
Psh.
First joke, not even a joke. Maybe. Anyways, Carl, any concerns you have over this scandal or another scandal that you know of?
Well, it's hard to copyright an idea, and it's hard to copyright a character, because every character has been done, pretty much.
Every character has been done?
Almost every character has been done. Every character you see in a movie is just like some other character you've seen in a movie.
I bet you I can think of a character that you...
A guy, yes, there are characters that... But, like I said, they're running it,
They're running out of character.
I don't know how many more characters you could see that you couldn't say that was drawn on from something.
Well, alright, I take your ace and raise you a joker. Which, arguably does mean nothing. But back when I was in elementary school, that was the best card. That meant the world. If you got a joker, that was it. The game was over.
Yeah.
Like, because anytime someone's like, I got a king and an ace, well,
you lose.
I got a joker. Don't fuck with me. I'm serious. But, anyways, I do agree with you. I've always wondered, is there a point where no idea is going to be original? Like, there's going to be a point where, like, there's nothing, there's no combination of things you can put together.
I don't think so, because the scope of time in which you could, like, measure that is so great that people just will simply forget and reimagine themselves.
So you're saying the Sumerians there was a prince in the time of Sumeria, is what you're trying to say. Yeah. You guys hear that? We're finding stuff out already. But, that being said, I've seen the pictures of the Kesha dancers.
Yeah?
That's exactly the Residents.
Okay.
That's not like she just gave them eyeballs. That's exactly like the top hats.
Have you seen the Miley Cyrus video?
Of what? There we go, people. But, moving on the subject, we'll go back to it, but I also want to talk about joke thievery. How heinous of a crime is it? And how... Because a lot of people, like, they'll take certain ideas from premises and make their own joke out of it. But where's the line, is what I'm wondering. Because I'm very unclear on it.
I think the line is 14 or more of the same nouns.
Person, place, things, idea, or feelings. That's a noun.
You'll see a lot of the same adjectives used in joke to joke to joke, like that person is a cunt, or something like that. But if there's 14 of the same nouns that line up, that joke is probably the same premise.
That's true. By the way, we at the Quarter are feminists, so no angry letters, please. Anyways,
and then I handed him a comic book, and I said, "Here you go. This is a stand-up comedy."
I'm not gonna name any names, but I'm not gonna name any names because I'd be effed.
In the A.
I haven't heard too much joke thievery, but I have heard people take certain like premises that are very similar to bigger comedians or comedians in a smaller group, like the Orange County scene, the Portland scene, the Seattle scene, and get ready, guys, the Reno scene.
You've been in Portland and Seattle to do stand-up comedy?
Spiritually.
Yeah.
Spiritually, yeah.
You spirit walked over there?
I slept. I dreamt. I astral projected. If that's what you're wondering.
That's pretty awesome. I call that good.
Carl, you call that whatever you want, but it happened. You can't turn back time. So, alright. But anyways, what do you think about stealing someone's essence? Like someone's gimmick on stage? Like, some people would argue Dane Cook has a gimmick, a certain gimmick that he does. And he's accused, maybe not wrongly, nothing against Dane Cook. He's accused certain people, like he accused Steve Burns of stealing his essence, so to speak.
If the essence is that he's white and high on caffeine,
don't screw with me.
I mean, I think Dimitri Martin and fucking Daniel Tosh are like the same thing.
See, I don't know how you think they're the same. They're not the same at all.
They're not.
They had two shows that came around the same time. Daniel Tosh is like a lot better. It caters to a wider audience. Whereas Dimitri Martin's more, I don't want to say alternative, but I'm going to say his jokes are a little more like cerebral. They make you kind of...
And like suspect of being homosexual.
That's not Dimitri Martin. That's not Dimitri Martin. Unless I'm missing something, Dimitri Martin doesn't make jokes like, do I like dick? I don't know. I guess we'll never know. That's just I understand Tosh makes a few jokes that are kind of like that. Like on a show, there's a
maybe I
common
just
joke
combine
where he questions
the two
it
into my mind into like one person.
Well, I mean, I see why you did that. Their shows came on at this kind of around the same time period, like year.
Yeah.
But they're very different comedians. That might have been Latin for a comedian. I don't know though.
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah. But anyways,
are we taking calls yet?
In about 30 seconds. In 30 seconds, listeners, we are taking calls on the topic. Let's also talk about music. A lot of people will...
Lars Ulrich. Napster.
Henry Rollins once described DJs as music thieves. And there's a part of me that kind of agrees, but there's a part of me that...
Okay, but was this 19-year-old Henry Rollins, like...
This was more recent Henry Rollins. I'm not sure the year, but I remember he was pushing.
I get where he's coming from.
I kind of do too, but what's your opinion?
It depends on the DJ. Some people will take like a sample of a song, not really fuck with it at all, and like put it in music. Others will take very small samples of songs. If you listen to a lot of Herbie Hancock or Daft Punk, they're crafting music with these samples. But you see what I'm saying? And then others like don't even use samples. They'll just craft sounds, like an experimental Pink Floyd era type thing where they're just making their own sounds out of synthesizers.
I do get that. I'm not against rappers, just because I'm thinking when you look at James Brown, we give James Brown the credit, not so much as musicians. So when you, like, I feel like rappers just cut out that middleman, just to push their art out. Does that, you think so? You think that's kind of what it is? Or?
Maybe a little bit. I guess it depends on which way you want to look at it, and where do you draw the line between the gimmick infringement and... Oh!
Hey! We got our first caller, guys! First caller of the second episode. You guys ready? Alright, hello, caller. Thank you for calling the Discussion Quarter. You are on the air, as opposed to being off the... What's your...
How's it going?
Oh, who is this?
Long time listener, first time caller. It's good to hear from you guys.
Oh, okay, what's your name and where are you from?
Call me the Dingo. I'm from Australia, Sydney, Australia.
Alright. And what's your opinion on, maybe art thievery? Or just piracy in general?
Yeah, actually, I was listening to your station in the car. I actually feel quite strongly about it. I'll take a step back right there, mate. I'll tell you about myself. Are you familiar out there in America with the hair metal band? Hair metal?
Yeah, it ruled the 80s.
I started that whole hair metal. Started the hair metal band phase, and I actually received no credit. No credit for it all, mate.
Well, what band were you in?
Band, probably, it kind of got around in all the lawsuits, tried to have the claim rights for hair metal, so no one else could do it. And I was smashed by the competition, and we were erased from the records. But our band was called Dingo and Dundee, with me and my cousin Dundee, and we proceeded to rock the stage and the charts for quite some time. Then comes out there in America, started doing the hair metal thing, and we lost popularity to them.
Well, has anyone ever stolen any of your songs specifically, though?
Actually, yes, out here, some of the local blokes have stolen some of our material and tried to pass off as their own. It doesn't happen quite much anymore because of what we did to them blokes. I probably can't say it on the air, but I'll tell you it involved the gas tank on their truck, a hose we had in the back of my truck, and some rocks that we had, and some rectums of the victims. And that's probably all I can tell.
Okay.
Okay. So, you're saying that everyone saw your style of rock and roll playing, and they took it and made it trendy?
That is correct. Out there in America, the colonies, they took our style, they took our women, and they took our men.
So all the groupies from hair metal are from Australia?
Is this what the Native Americans had to deal with, Bob?
Shit.
It's a common misconception, which you've just come up with. They're not all from Australia, but the hair metal girl style started in Australia. It's a little fun fact. You'll never find that out either, because the courts erased that records from history.
Quick question. How do you guys feel about losing Hugh Jackman?
That was our second biggest celebrity loss. We actually felt terrible about losing Hugh Jackman, but it wasn't as bad as our patron saint, Steve Irwin.
Oh,
I don't know
God.
if you folks remember him out there, but my good old buddy Steve-O, he was a great guy, but Jackman's alright. I mean, he's a bit of a cunt, but there's nothing much we can do about him. And he did that musical a couple of months ago, and we actually all believe now that he's one of them faggots. So, you can have it.
Oh. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. But another thing, before we cut this call, are you doing anything else musically, or did you let this whole taking of the essence thing ruin your musical?
Well, actually, me and Dundee, my cousin, had a bit of a falling out after we lost the court case. Some blokes were stealing our music. What really broke the camel straw back, whatever the Australian, we don't know how to use that term, but the last deal that broke our friendship, Miley Cyrus, I believe you guys have her out there. She's famous.
Yes.
And that was just devastating. Absolutely devastating to my cousin. And I really haven't seen him for 5 or 6 years now.
Wait, what about Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, what was devastating?
have seen it or heard it, but I think it's an Australian thing. Ears are so much more fine-tuned than your American ears.
Yes.
And we can hear, actually, it sounds like every time she opens her mouth, she is recreating Be There When You Did.
Oh.
And every time she speaks, it's drawn off.
God.
Well, Dundee,
I feel your pain.
we don't hear that when she listens. Not all of us like her, but you know what are you gonna do? Well, Dingo, I want to thank you for making this second season kick off with a bang. We really appreciate it.
Of course, keep it up, guys. Listening to the show every day, going home from work, and I hope that keep hearing you guys. Maybe one day when I'm feeling up to it, I'll play for you guys. I'll get the band back together.
Oh, we would love to hear a reunion of the Dingo
And Dundee.
And Dundee.
All right, well, we got to get going.
Dingo and Dundee.
All right, we got to get going, but you rock on, okay, buddy?
All right, you guys. Steve Irwin bless you.
All right, goodbye.
Apparently, in Australia, the day, like, the Earth spins 3 times as slow. So, like, his days are just... He gets a show every day, Bob.
Well, I agree. But are they the same episodes? Because we haven't recorded as much as every day.
I don't know.
And it doesn't get on the radio, necessarily. This is...
Maybe he's in a parallel universe where he's watching episodes of the future.
You know, if we're going to question that, we also got to question why we're getting callers, too, because this isn't live. Anyways, again, if anyone else wants to call, that'd be cool. But if not, just got a few more things to discuss, and then we'll let you guys do what else you guys do on Saturday nights.
Or
At 10.
Tuesday at 3.
Tuesday at 3. Okay. I'm going to compromise. You could technically listen anytime you want. You think there's going to be something that steals, like, copyrights to the internet? And by that I mean there's, like, something that's just like the internet, but it's called something else, like The Thing or something?
No.
But it does exactly what the internet does, but it's just not the internet for some reason?
Did you watch The Matrix recently or something?
No. Why?
I don't know.
I haven't seen that much of The Matrix.
No?
I've only seen the second one, and a little bit of the first one.
Oh, the first one's the best.
Dude, when they put that spider in his belly button,
Yeah.
I shat myself while watching that spider in his belly button. We are coming to the closing of our show.
It's about that time.
It is about that time. Any other takers for callers? Of course not. All right. This has been a day. Luckily, no one stealed my material.
Yeah.
Isn't that great, Carl? No one stole from me yet. I love that.
Give you guys a little friendly rating reminder. Give us a like. Comment down in the down on the bottom there.
If it's insulting, we'll read the most insulting comment next quarter
Yes.
in Maui.
In Maui.
We were going swimming with the dolphins.
Next episode.
Next episode in Maui. It's either going to be Maui or Los Angeles' Chinatown.
Heads or tails?
Heads or tails. It could be either, though. We have a good budget. A better one for Chinatown in Los Angeles because we live close to there. Yeah.
Right on.
Right on.
It's been a great show, Bob.
All right, Carl. My name is Ryan.